am so excited. We have the video sound here on this one. I am happy here to have a very special panel conversation for wellness, and you're going to see all the panelists in a second. I want to introduce myself quickly and let you know that you're in the right spot if you are a wellness seeker, whether you're on a cancer healing journey or otherwise you want more health and wellness. Then you're in the right spot because you're going to get lots of inspirations for your personal journey, not medical advice, but body, mind, spirit, soul inspirations for your full wellness from fantastic wellness providers who also have really cool things that you can access online. So wellness seekers, welcome. Then we also welcome you if you are a wellness entrepreneur and you have cool online offers, because the people that you'll see here are either in my community already or they are interested in joining my community. It is a networking community for wellness entrepreneurs. And so I'm going to show you here also a preview of what will happen. Here you see my desk down in the corner, and you see like my panelists here already. So we're going to have a bunch of really cool things happening here, and we're going to have an intuitive drawing at the end that will also inspire you personally for more wellness. We're going to have powerful stories. You're going to get a wellness tool from everybody, something that you can do in 2 minutes to increase your wellness, boost your immune system, and increase your joy. That's already worth a deep breath of sigh of relief. We're here to bring you magic to your world with more wellness and joy. So quickly about myself before I get going with everything. So I'm a cancer thriver, stage 4 to non-present. Hurrah! I'm also a book author. I wrote the book Permission to Sparkle, Claim Your Desires and Spark Your Dream Life. And I had almost finished that book when I got diagnosed with cancer. And my book is a thing that helps you catch limiting mind stories and bring you more joy, boost your wellness emotions, and I have lots of playfulness in there to help you do that with curiosity and joy. And so what happened for me is a quick story, and then I'll say why I started this community of wellness entrepreneurs. What happened for me is I had this catalyst moment for myself where I really realized at the beginning of my journey, in the middle of chemo, everything was happening. I had financial stress, all kinds of things. I put so much pressure on myself in that moment and had a lot of almost anxiety, and I felt super heavy. I literally felt it on my chest, and I realized how important joy is in that moment for wellness, and that was a thing that always came back to me from my spiritual mentor, from other wellness providers that I worked with, that it's not just about healing our bodies. We are not just robots that are mechanical. We have emotions, we have a mind, we have a soul, we deserve joy. All of those things are actually layers of our being. And for us to truly be well is to truly, create wellness for all of those layers. And so I do that with my book. I do that with everything I do now. And I'm actually on a mission to bring that in a bigger way to the awareness of doctors, of medical people. I want to bring people together who do serve body, mind, spirit, soul wellness. That's also a reason why I invited all these wonderful panelists on this call today. And it's the reason why I'm creating this wellness entrepreneur community, because we do have wonderful people who do provide things for wellness, body, mind, spirit, soul, and accessible online. So I'm going to show everybody in the call again. So you can get a glimpse of us already. And what will happen in this call is I am going to share a few prompts, conversation prompts, and then we'll have an organic conversation where you get to meet everybody, you get to find powerful insights. And so stay curious what pops up for you personally, because we're not just going to tell you, you have to do this. There is no one path. We all have our own unique path. So be really curious to hear your own guidance, your own intuition, whatever resonates and makes you feel sparkling and excited or really good in your heart, or all of the above. All of that is perfect for you. So okay, and as you're watching this, obviously you're watching it as a replay, do tag us. If you hear somebody have a question for one of the panelists, we will share the tags actually below the video. Wherever you see it, you'll see the tags of all the people. So feel free to post any questions, follow the people that you're inspired by, and feel free to message me with any questions that you have. Follow the links that we share below. There's lots of goodness there. So we are all here with a big heart to support you all to create more wellness and joy and possibility. As you see with my story, and you'll hear other stories as well, anything is possible. I had a doctor tell me, oh, you got stage 4, that cannot be cured. And here I am, hello. So much is possible, okay? So don't let anybody get you down. Whatever we believe, mindset can move mountains, literally. Okay. So my first quick inspiration I'm giving for everybody to ground us for a second here is to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath and then feel into what you are grateful for in terms of health already. So if you are in a really intense healing journey right now, even then there's got to be some things that you're grateful for, even if it's like a tiny thing, like you might be grateful for, like, oh, I can move my hands freely. So tune in all the things you're grateful for a second. Perhaps you've already overcome certain things. So you're so glad that you overcame something and healed an aspect of something, or you had whatever it is. So be grateful for your health for a moment. That's already a big mindset tool to shift on what you already have. Gratitude is always a powerful thing to shift out of despair and feeling things are happening to us and everything sucks. Like just looking at the gratitude, you already have a powerful mindset tool right there. So I'm going to open the panel to somebody who wants to speak to gratitude. And what are you grateful for right now? I'm seeing Alex beaming. Actually, I'm going to call you. I'm calling Heather too. Yes, I'm going to hi to you, Alex. Why don't you say hi? Where are you calling from? What's your magic and what are you grateful for? And you'll have to unmute yourself.
Hi, my name's Alex. I'm so grateful to be here amongst like-minded women and just creating community, sharing and reflecting positive, just positivity to one another. And this is just so what we need to do more of. So I'm feeling really grateful for that. And what else was I going to share? You asked for something else.
Yes, I asked for gratitude around your own wellness. So, is there something, especially when you think of your own journey, if you think back, I'm sure you created so much magic in your world already. What is something that you're really grateful for that you have now that you didn't have before in terms of wellness?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely there's a lot of things, but the first thing that pops into my mind is I'm grateful for having built a morning practice, which I've written about. And because that was the cornerstone for me. And when I had my own health challenges and I went through skin cancer, just having that intact really helped me when I was struggling with my health. So for that, I'm grateful. And that's part of what I'm really passionate about sharing. Yeah.
I
So
love that
thank
so
you.
much, and I would love to have others piggyback off of that. Whoever's inspired to say Heather already, like raising her hand. Before we go to Heather, Alex, can you give an example? What does that mean for somebody who does not have a morning practice, and what does it look like for you?
Yeah, so it can be as extensive as 2 hours of self-care, or what I call like self-nourishing, self-love, or you could like condense it down even into 10 minutes. Like I've got a mini, like if I'm traveling or I'm busy, I have like a mini thing I do where it's like, maybe a little bit of breathing, a short walk, some gratitude journal, so like just a bunch of little rituals packed into a short amount of time. And I have been practicing and teaching yoga for over 30 years. So definitely doing a couple of stretches always I find helps to tie it all together. So, and keeping it fun, Astrid, as you say, my whole thing, I had to overcome, being really serious and type A workaholic. And now I really get the power of play and joyfulness. And so whatever lights you up, making that part of your morning. It could be having a cup of tea. It could be,
I love
so
it.
it doesn't have to look like what I'm doing. But yeah, so
Yeah, no,
that's
that's awesome inspirations, and you help people too, right? Like if somebody doesn't know where to start, they can come to you, and they can get custom coaching for that. Is that right?
definitely, yeah. I've been teaching private yoga and wellness coaching, but I kind of combine it more with my interior design as well. So really depends on what the person is needing, and yeah, if they're inspired to work with me.
Right,
So
yeah, you're all about space. That's what I think about when I think of you as space, like creating magical space in your life and in your inner being also. Yeah. So cool. Awesome. Thank you, Alex, for your first input. Heather, you were raising your hand. Like, what came up for you?
So when I'm down in the dumps and feeling in the river of misery, and for me, particularly exhaustion, fatigue,
Mhm.
I'm tired. I There was something you said about like being grateful for your wellness, and one of the things that I think about, because my mindset is light and fluffy, is I try to think about the parts of me that aren't tired. And something I've noticed is the backs of my hands are never tired, and neither are my ears. And it just lightens it up if I think about the things and the places in my body that aren't actually tired, and it really allows me to like slow down and pay attention where I'm not tired, and then I feel less tired on the other side of it, which is like a win-win. And it's just goofy to think about like the body parts that aren't tired. Like my hair follicles don't ever feel tired. The tops of my feet don't, you know? So just
Oh
fun
my
with
God.
it.
I love that. And I love your positive energy. And you're also all about sparkles. You have sparkly earrings. I love it. Oh my goodness.
That was deliberate.
Oh, but you still own them. I love it. So cool. So tell us a bit more how that pertains to you, though. Like, so you say you're a cancer life coach. I see in your description. Can you share a little bit more of uh, your gratitude, also, like how that showed up for you? How did that help you on your journey? What you just shared.
Sure. So it's hard to sum it up in a very brief period. But ultimately, what I discovered through my journey, which is an incurable terminal cancer diagnosis, is that I am in charge of my mind, and
Mm,
it is a powerful tool. And using the mind, you can create the life that you want.
nice.
And a lot of times I don't want to sit here and think about how tired I am, or, that I've got scans coming up. I'd rather think about a lot of other things that are really amazing in my life. And so
Yeah.
it's driving your brain where you want it to go, taking control, taking charge, stepping into your higher self, and just really embodying that person more often than not, knowing that sometimes you're going to go off track. Life is 50-50. It's okay. And
Hmm.
also being able to, on the flip side, when you're down and you're in that river of misery and you just can't get out of it, being okay to be there, being safe
Hmm.
to be there. And
Yeah.
all of this like we talked about, like this wellness thing, it's a whole experience, not just the treatment that you're receiving or when your next scans are. It's huge, and it
Yep.
encompasses everything in your life.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it, and I love that you put in your title Cancer Life Coach. It's also really seems to represent like focusing on life, and then creating that. That's actually how I found also. I found a powerful reframe to look at what we want to create. That's why I capitalized cancer, CAN. And then for me, what ended up happening is that I actually create a life better than before for all the days that I am living, and I will be here a long time because my mind says so and spirit says so. Spirit is also part of the healing. Then we get the opportunity to, as you say, like using the mind and our focus, we actually create more wellness every day and every moment, even with joy that influences everything.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
absolutely. And it's a life, right? We get to choose the life that we want to lead. So let's live it.
yeah.
Let's live the
Yeah.
life we love.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I see Laura Ann. You are totally sparkling up. I'm just gonna call on you. I came up for you.
Yes, I'm so happy. Yes. Hi, I'm Laura Ann Garris, the Refresh Life Coach, Life Refresh Coach in Seattle, Washington. And I'm so grateful that my voice is now unmuted and letting my intuition flow, that I do not shove it down anymore. It has kept me sick, and by ignoring it, and it's now like just a wellspring of health, wealth, and abundance for me. I had pressed it down a lot because I had gotten visions and kind of psychic intuitive things, and like, this isn't normal, I shouldn't be sharing this. So I hid what was this incredible gift that was given to me. And if this is something that might resonate with you, that you're home, speak it out. Speak your gifts. We need you now. Do not mute your voice.
Oh my gosh, I love that inspiration so much. That's like a huge thing, intuition. Absolutely. I think everybody can agree to that. That our inner, some people call it inner pilot light. It's an author I'm currently reading, and like our body and our hearts and our intuition, like that has been like my big guidance for everything. Like nobody outside of ourselves knows our answers ultimately. Like we get to choose, and I love that you got such big awareness, gifts of intuition and visions and stuff, and and it takes some guts at first to overcome also, right? Some inner fears and all those things.
Yes.
I'm sure. And what did you find when you did that? Because you weren't always doing that. What's your before and after?
Absolute freedom from literally near death to a vibrant life. And now it is to walk alongside other women to go, this is where the wellness is. It is a compounding factor. The more you do it, the more it builds, the more it grows within you until you are just radiating joy. You're radiating your gift in the best way. So trust it. We need you. Trust that intuition and speak with your unmuted voice.
I love it. I love it so much. And you know, one big thing that I want to mention as you say that, Laura Ann, and I show people where they can connect with you if they want to come to your. I'm sure you also have communities and direct personal support for people to come out and hear more of their intuition and inner guidance. I also have a community for any of you who are interested in creating more wellness and joy. You can, in a safe space, you can celebrate when you hear intuition, when you find more of your gifts. I actually love, I love inspiring people to find gems. We just did a fun play quest in my group to look for the prompts and to find gems, and that those are gems like that you're describing as well, like to actually dare to speak them, and then my goodness, like leaving that behind. So how did that create more wellness for you? What was your before and after with that? Sounds like,
well, you know, I had an ectopic pregnancy that burst, and I basically almost bled to death. And that opened up a whole self-care. And then my best friend became sick with breast cancer, and I walked that journey with her. I encouraged her. We shared visions together, and she did pass. But after she passed, she came to me in this vision, and it was this incredible vision. She goes, Laura, the secret is love. And she took my hand, and we were in this golden maze. This is a real short vision. This golden maze, and I was just holding onto her hand. I couldn't see her but her hand, and she said, it's love, and we're going through until we got out, like to the edge of the cave. That was this beautiful daylight, and there it was, and she said, it just love. And I could just feel everything melt away from within me and know she was okay on the other side.
Wow. Yo, thank you so much for sharing that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, secret is love. Like, we have all these things that we're learning and seeing and talking about in life, and it all boils down to love. That's so good. Thank you, Laura Ann. So I'm going to go to the next play prompt, and whoever's inspired can speak up. Speak your truth. Yes. So I already asked everybody beforehand, like, what will be a 2-minute wellness tool that you personally love that you would share with the audience? And let's see, we have Irina is available. Stacy, Terry, any of Irina, you're just waving. Do you want to speak and share a wellness tool and let us meet you a little bit more?
Absolutely. Yes. Hi. Hi, everybody. So I wanted just to share, a little bit of what comes to my mind when I coach clients, especially that I do gut health, but gut health has so much connection, as you know, to cancer. And sometimes people, when they are under stress, usually will turn to I want to say to start eating unhealthy, because somehow some people will turn to good answers and some people will turn to distraction and destructive patterns of their journey. Because it is.
Oh, we just had you freeze. While she's frozen, I'm going to say that it's so important, the whole gut health.
So
You just froze for a second. I interjected a small inspiration of the importance for gut health while we were waiting for you to come back. And I know our immune system is in our gut, right? Or it's directly influenced. So can you say more to that?
Absolutely. So our immune system actually controls and again, stress is a huge factor, especially when we hear that we're diagnosed with cancer or any kind of disease that is terminally considered to be really predominantly terminally, especially cancer. And so first thing we go for is to soothe ourselves, right? To soothe ourselves with things that are not necessarily healthy for us. So, my role as an acupuncturist and a health coach is to really educate, be a partner on a journey. And my own story, of course, resonates as well, because it almost happened to me. I am a daughter of a mother who actually died from cancer. So, I had very, very much hands-on experience with working with somebody. And then because of my passion for helping her and going into all this studying and learning, I became passionate to help others, because really cancer is only we all carry them. We all carry them in our bodies. It's only out of balance that the cancer has a way of growing. And when we say balance, it means just like you started actually this conversation about body, mind, soul, and spirit. It resonates so much with how in acupuncture, every organ system is representing not only the physical manifestation, but also spiritual and also the mind itself. So, on a cellular level. So, we get to play during the time and connect the dots. How can we reverse the not only the body, but the soul and the spirit and the mind to work and cooperate? Yeah. So, I tell me again the question because
Oh no,
um,
this is I'm glad that we got to meet you more and more of your stories. Thank you so much for sharing. So the question was, what 2-minute play prompt would you give to people to do at home for more wellness?
number one. Number one for me, and I've done a lot of studies, is a yoga nidra meditation that helps really wonderful to ground a person and disconnect from their mind talk
Nice.
and the stress talk to themselves. It takes about 20 minutes. Sorry, it's not 2 minutes, but there is a 2 minute as well that one can take away. Is a 2 minute breathing meditation, which is called 4-4-7. And the 4-4-7 have been medically and scientifically documented that it actually lowers your parasympathetic system from the stress under the normal control, where your stress cortisol does not shut out at you. And it goes like this: you inhale for 4, a count of 4 through your nose, you hold for 4 on top of your head, and you exhale slowly through your mouth. And it's a very simple exercise, and it can be done, with eventually reminding yourself to put it in your daily prescription of happy hormones and happy cortisols, distressing the cortisols into your daily routine. When you stress out, the first thing you turn to is that very simple technique
I
of
love it. 4-4-7. 4-4-7. Very cool. Thank you so much. And so nice to meet you more. This is actually the first time that we're meeting here. There are several ladies here that I'm seeing for the first time. So I'm so excited. We brought more friends and more wellness entrepreneurs together. So since you spoke about gut, I feel inspired to call upon Stacy, if you're available, to introduce yourself and share a really cool, easy 2-minute thing that people can do right away. Let us know a little bit more what you do, and people will know why I give you the microphone.
Hey, no, I'm here. I have a kid in the background, but
It's
we're all
okay.
good. But what we were talking about before is so important about the gut and the brain, and especially going through treatment and everything. Sometimes we do get stressed and we choose not the right foods or, comfort foods, which is great to do. But the gut and the brain are connected. So if we have a healthy gut, we're going to have a healthy brain. If we have a healthy brain, we're going to have a healthy gut. So we have to feed our gut with healthy foods, and even foods that have probiotics in it and the good bacteria, because especially going through treatment, you're giving all this medication that kills everything in your system. We want to replenish it. So it is really important. And I think, we were talking about the breathing, I think is important too. But also I think getting in the kitchen is important. If you could go 2 minutes in the kitchen, and even you could sit, because some people say, I'm so fatigued and I have no energy. But in the kitchen is a great way to release some stress. You get a knife, you chop some garlic, you chop some vegetables, and you really get into it. You don't have to stand, you could sit, but I think that is very helpful for relieving the stress and feeding your body and nourishing your body.
Nice, 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 nice. I love that so much as a different technique to use food to release stress and do something productive. When you say that, I'm sure you have a really cool mini recipe. Like, what would you say people should chop and they can also easily eat afterward?
Yeah, even if it's like I love gadgets. I'm not gonna lie. I love tools, but chopping is great with a knife. But they have this box where you could dice vegetables. So you could sit there and put cucumber in it and slam it and dice some cucumber. And then you could put a tomato in there and slam it. And now you have cucumber, tomato, and then you can mix it in with quinoa and you can mix it in with beans. And that's a delicious salad that you could have. It's giving you protein, it's giving you nourishment that you need to get you through the treatment. So that's something easy to do. And then for a dressing, just use some olive oil and lemon. You don't need anything special, something simple. And the longer you have it sit in the refrigerator, the more flavor it's going to have.
Oh
you want to get fancy, add some herbs to it, add some cilantro, add some basil, add some mint. So it could be very versatile.
I love it. I love it. This is so useful. You know, when I was in treatment, this exercise would have been amazing because I was so like my brain was fried. I didn't know what to cook. I wasn't inspired to cook at all, and everything was like, "Yo, I can't eat that," and blah blah blah. So I love that you made it so simple, and also that you brought in the tangible, using your hands of doing something is also really powerful because then I know it's even making bread or something, right? Like. Not saying you have to make bread, but I always feel this gratitude of like you can look at something afterward and then you feel good. It's rewarding and also feeds our heart and soul to do that. Yeah, very nice.
And you made it yourself. Like, and we were saying before about being fatigued. Your fingers don't really get tired either. So you're making yourself comfortable, because I do understand fatigue is real. You know, we do get tired. We don't want to do anything, but getting up and doing something helps with the fatigue. So even sitting down, sitting on a bench, whatever it is, and chop and cook, you can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it gives us energy when we eat food, right? I guess I remember one time I was like so exhausted, and I was at the point because I was so uninspired to cook, and I needed to feed myself. I actually felt the urgency, like I need to eat something, even if I don't know what. And I was kind of sad because I didn't have your cool recipe right now. So I ended up stepping into my inner mama, which I'm not an actual mom, but I was like, okay, I'm going to feed you, girl. And we don't know what to eat, but I'm going to make you carrots. I made you potatoes, something. I ended up putting like several dishes in front of me. And you can eat one thing. Like my mom used to say, you can eat one thing. So I ended up like doing the self-love deal and pulled myself out of the swamp. But yours is way better already. And also there's DoorDash if somebody really has no, that was a saver for me when you really can't. Yeah.
But even like the supermarkets, I know by me, they have things that are already chopped up and cut up for you. And you're able to use that too, to save time and energy. Maybe not the money part, but it does help with the fatigue.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. So nice to meet you, Stacy. And I blended in your website. And I want to quickly share before we go to Terry, I want to share Heather's website too, which I earlier forgot. Heather's website, if you're curious, heatherscoaching.com. Do you want to share real quick, like what kind of coaching do you do and when people come to you, Heather?
Oh, well, this actually ties in with the question that you just asked. So if I'm going to give a tool, the simplest tool that you can use is tapping into curiosity. I like to think of it as an invitation for you to go back to being your 5-year-old self, and you pick up a rock and you're interested to see what's underneath. I want you to like cultivate that kind of energy. Why? Well, because with curiosity, it creates a separation between your brain that's like freaking out and yourself, right? Your body, mind, soul, all of the wellness parts that you want to tune into. It also creates fun, because when you have that energy of curiosity, it's really hard to be, more miserable, more sad, more upset, more stressed out. And it also creates possibilities, right? When you are in that curiosity, you can ask yourself some really good questions. So I have 2 really amazing questions that will completely change your energy if you just sit with them and just think about them. Because here's the interesting thing. You ask your brain a question, it will always come up with an answer. There's always an answer in there. You just have to sit sometimes for a while until your brain is like, oh, hey, here's an answer. So number 1, what else is possible for me right now? Number 2, this one is really good in relationships with anybody that you're relating to, whether it's kid, your spouse, your coworkers, your doctor. What am I making this mean? Because so often we run away with our stories, and just thinking about what else is possible for me, like when we're talking about like being fatigued or like cooking or something, you know, it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to cook per se. And your brain is like thinking you're going to cook like, I don't know, like Julia Child beef bourguignon. Like, no, that's not like what else is actually going on. Well, it could be possible that you make yourself a salad that's going to take you 14 seconds and you get to take out some of the stress and smash some, you know, veggies. Like, that's amazing. That is something that's possible. So when you look for something else that's possible from that energy of curiosity,
I love it.
It makes everything so much more fun.
I love it. And I love that you mentioned curiosity. That's actually my big key of magic in my book. Sparkle is curiosity. Yeah, I love it.
It's so powerful. And I guess to answer your question of what I help my clients do is I help them uncover what's going on in their mind, rewrite old stories, create new narratives, reframe thoughts from the things that are uncomfortable and they feel stuck in to the things that they really want, right? We're creating the result that you want. So whatever that takes, we figure it out. We take you from here, the starting point, to where you want to go. We map it out together. We walk it together. So yeah.
I love it. I'm so glad I remembered to give you the banner also. And Terry, I'm calling on Terry now. And I'll give you the next question, and you can take any prompt that you're inspired to talk about. So the next question would be a transformational moment in your life where you realize something big for wellness, and perhaps you help people in that sense now as well. So that comes up that you want to share so people can meet you. Let's meet Terry.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. I am a 2-time survivor of breast cancer. My last diagnosis was 10 years ago. I just had that anniversary. So I'm feeling very healthy right now. Yeah. But I use my story to serve women who've been through trauma, including breast cancer, and also family discord. So women who've been through difficult, estranged family things that go on. But my approach is body, mind, and spirit. So that's what we're talking about. But as far as the transformation, you know, the time for me was about 6 years ago. So I had spent years, my growing up years, and obviously into my adult life, seeking approval from others. Every time I did something, I needed someone else to see it. I could never feel confident, you know, that I knew what I was doing. And so I always loved affirmation from others. That all that did is create grief, disappointment, embarrassment, humiliation. So I struggled to thrive. And about 6 years ago, there was a turning point. That's when I began the work to feed my soul by healing my body, mind, and spirit. I finally understood that I hold the joy and my worthiness in my heart, that no one else can give that to me, only me. So I found a new freedom that I had never felt before. And I know exactly when that happened because I journaled all of it. So, but I wanted to share my tool. It's what I've used for years, but this is my live life to the fullest.
Oh, nice.
But it's full. You can see it's just filled with all these notes. But anytime I'm having a difficulty, I'm in a dark moment, or I'm uncertain about where to go next, or anything that comes up and I can't get it out of my head, I write it down on a little piece of paper, fold it up tiny, and stick it in here. and I never take it out again. It's gone. So the way I use it and the way I teach other women to use it is get it out of your head. You don't need, it doesn't need to take up space there. That worry or that problem or whatever it is. And that has been very effective for me, and I hope for other women that I teach it to.
Nice, nice. Thank you so much. It's very practical and easy, and I love.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
it's so
welcome.
funny how when we let the mind run, it takes a moment to catch, like, oh, that inner chatter is going on. So
Yeah.
your tool is really cool. That it makes also a practice then of like hearing it more and then taking it out. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. So nice to have you here too, Terry. Wonderful.
Thank you.
So we have a wonderful round of inspiration that already came to all of you as you're watching this video now. So I'm curious at this time, all of you replay watchers, if you have any question, any awareness, particularly pertaining to something somebody said, anything resonates, tag that person, ask that question, share that celebration, anything that comes up for you. We are here for you. We're here to amplify wellness and joy and life quality, and to help you also step into that bigger possibility of all that is possible for you. You're not alone. We would love to hear from you. So I want to say that before I share the last play prompt that we're going to play with. So I brought something cool that I do with my clients. I have a Cancer Thriver program also, and do workshops for empowerment, emotion, happiness, joy, reframe, all that. And I call it thriving because it is when we have body, mind, spirit, soul, full wellness, and really hear our inner wisdom and superpowers. That's when we start thriving. I felt that also. Several people mentioned it already. We're running on all cylinders, basically. So I help people do that also. And one of the tools that I use is playfulness and creativity. And so I'm bringing that. This is why I have my desk here. I'm going to go on a solo layout with a desk. So this is the Wellness Entrepreneur Connection Community logo. But what I have here is for everybody this play prompt. And you can play and do this with me if you like. I'm going to do an intuitive drawing now for all of us. And you can do that for yourself as well. So you get a super quick tutorial that can also be your 2-minute tool if you like, where you can draw, take any kind of colors. I have a bag of oil pastels, but any colors work as well. So paper, colors, and then you start by asking a question. And right now it's, I ask, how can you create more wellness and health for you in this very moment? I'm going to see if I can bring myself in here. No, I won't do that. How about here? Yes. Okay, perfect. No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. I wanted this one. I'm going to stick with that. Solo layout. Here we are. Okay, so you ask a question, and then you have the colors at your fingertips. And here's the cool thing. Now you get to either close your eyes or use your non-dominant hand and simply pick colors by listening to your intuition and heart, without even worrying about. And you can't, because if your eyes are closed, you don't know what you're doing. And the reason why we're playing this way is because we are using the other part of our brain and intelligence. We have the logical brain, which is what we're most often used to using when we take practical actions, and also when we are used to certain ways of thinking, right? And so what we want to do now is we want to hear our higher wisdom, our heart wisdom. And to do that, we have to get out of our brain and do things in an unusual way that makes no sense to the brain. That's when you can hear your other part of the brain and your full intelligence, your heart. So bear with me. I'm going to do this as we're speaking. I actually have my eyes closed. I'm going to draw to this, picking blindly colors, and let's see where the paper is. Here it is. Okay. Okay. So what I do now is I'm listening to my intuition. What do I want to draw? So I don't know what the colors are, but I'm kind of getting an idea of what I'm doing, getting like visuals for me, what I'm doing. You might get a sense of like, oh, draw a smiley or whatever. And of course, you don't know what you're doing because you're using a non-dominant hand or not looking or both. All right, let me see if there's one more thing. Okay, that's it. All right, and you will know when you're complete. It's going to be a super quick exercise. So when you feel you're complete, then you open your eyes, and there's no right or there's no wrong way of doing this, by the way. Okay, so what we do now, then we look at the colors that showed up, and you ask yourself first, what do the colors mean to you? And the colors that showed up for me are these 3 colors. So I'm going to start by labeling them. So the blue color is the color of the mind for me. Mind, light thinking, actually, because it's a light blue, light thinking. That's for me. You might have different meanings that show up for you. And then I have this color here that looks very rusty. For me, that always represents trust. And this color here is, let me see which color that is. That is kind of it's like a salmon color. Let me see what would that represent for me? Oh, that's funny. Normally it means something else, but I get like light playfulness, light play for this time. So you found some meanings for the colors, and they don't make any sense probably to your mind, but whatever comes to you is perfect. And then you can look at, okay, so if this means that, what do the shapes mean? And what does it mean when something goes through here? So I'm going to tell you what I see as I'm starting to think with curiosity also. And then you get to see for yourself, what do you see for yourself? And it's always to this question, all right, how can you create more wellness and health for you right now? So, interesting. So, and I read them kind of like a weather forecast. So, like, oh, if we start here, and this is the first thing that popped up for me. It's like starting with trust here. You go to trust, and then you probably encounter your mind at some point. And so I'm getting like, okay, so follow the mind, but the light kind of thinking for a little bit. And then you have to actually drop the mind here and let go. And what does this mean? Light and playfulness. So this is the same color of playfulness. You have to drop the mind at some point, and dropping is what I see as interpretation here. And you step into this circle of playfulness here. And this also this is also the color of light and playfulness going up here, as well as with a circle. It's almost a playfulness starts here and it touches the mind, and then it goes around again. So it's almost like 2 invitations for the mind to stop thinking so hard and to drop the mind stories, perhaps. And then it blends into the playfulness, which is really beautiful. And then here, for me, what this looks like, it's like that the light and playfulness is actually, it's funny, like the mind is still going to be connected with it. See how it's still touching it here, but it's not the dominant only thing. So like the pillar is actually playfulness right here, light, playfulness, and trust in yourself, and using a little bit of the mind to do rational thinking, then to take action. So for me, when I see this, that actually is a recipe, like how I live my life, to always create joy and light, playfulness as a foundation, trust myself, and then use a little bit of the mind to do practical actions as they come from the playfulness and inspiration, because playfulness also helps us hear our intuition and heart. That's what I see. And now I want to throw this to all of you, to anything that comes up for you for the panel, to see anybody else wants to say something to this. Hang on. I want to get this one. Perfect. And also for you watching the replay, what comes up for you? And did you get a drawing too that you did for yourself, for your personal wellness and health for you right now? What are your own answers? Post them in my group, post them. You find the link below. Tag us. We would love to see what came up for you for your own inspired actions for more wellness and health. So now I'm dropping in the microphone. Who wants to speak to this? What do you see and how does this bridge? Heather, go for it.
No big surprise. I've got a lot to say all the time.
All right. Love it.
So for me, what I see in it, and like when I was watching you draw, because that's the way my brain works, is I was seeing like, life is peaks and valleys, but there's always a path through, and we're always aiming. I think, we all want to go up higher for the better views. We want to be like in a higher vibrational state. There's all of this growth that we all secretly, and maybe we know and maybe we don't know, but that's all what we aspire to and what pushes us forward and motivates us. And so that's what I got, is like, there's always a path and you can always figure it out, and you can find, surround yourself like we're doing right now with people who can help you on your path, people who are like, hey, I'm on the same path as you. That's what we do, right? We have to build community. It's our responsibility. So
yes,
that's what I got.
Community rocks. Thank you for your higher view. I love it. I love that you saw that movement up. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's what I got. And maybe it's because I'm originally from Colorado and it looks like mountains to me. I was like, oh, that actually looks like the peak where, I spent a lot of time as a kid. So who knows?
Nice. Yeah, whatever resonates with you, right? Go ahead.
No, I thought the same thing as Heather, like the ups and the downs of life. But then sometimes you get stuck in that circle where you keep going around and around and you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then you got to get off that mountain and take another path. So I saw almost the same thing as Heather.
Nice. That's so cool. Super cool. Anybody else? Anything really resonate with what you see or how you view things?
Mine came out a little different. It was more like a heart with like scribbles on the top, which made me think it was like a soul tribe. However, I was not prepared. I only had a pen, so it was one color. So it made me think of like unconnected, like I'm not quite fully in, like I'm here, but it's not deep enough. We're not all playing so soon. So I want to go deeper, and there's that yearning.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I'm hearing from that, that I need to mention that we do have a tribe here. I fully mentioned this yet. So I'm taking your play prompt. Thank you. So I mentioned at the very beginning of the call, some of us are already in this community. Terry is in the community and other members weren't able to make it yet. We are the Wellness Entrepreneur Connection. So we get together for mutual support to grow our business, specifically for online wellness entrepreneurs. And we also come together to find synergistic co-promotion opportunities. It's a little bit inspired by joint venture, but it's not just like, oh, business and affiliate and like only like logical brain sort of masculine energy. It's like I very much bring all the energies together and creativity and wellness for everybody. And then when synergies do appear, we support each other, we co-promote. Everybody has resources, and we love like you just said too, Heather. It's together we can do so much more. I think it's the new age of growing businesses is collaboration, co-promotion. It's like the old paradigm is kind of like bye-bye. I mean, some people still do it, but we take the new way, and I believe we get to experience more magic that way, because also like the way I view things, and this also pertains to wellness, is that we don't have to hustle freaking hard. It's actually when we tap into our joy and our intuition, then we find the answers to do very little. It's like in this drawing here, we tap into the mind a little bit, but a lot of it can be playtime, and we can create humongous, amazing things as we hear higher guidance, our own higher guidance. from playfulness. That's when the best ideas come to us. And that's also one thing that I really used on my wellness healing journey to I literally sought out a creativity circle. That was one of the first support things that I did for myself to hang out there, and we were listening to our dreams and that kind of thing. And yes, I had doctors on my team, and they were geeking out on their things, and that's great, right? But I also had energy healers. I had a spiritual mentor. I got Reiki long distance. I learned some things from Donna Eden energy medicine, acupuncture, all those different things, and so this community is, you can participate with us if you want to collaborate and network. And if you are a wellness seeker, you get to come to my Facebook group and get access, all of us and more of us, as we play into that Facebook group. And you get everybody individually here, also with the links below, to individually follow up if one in particular called you. And really feel resonant and want to connect with a particular person. So I am going to wrap this call. We are at 55. Any last sort of like, ooh, I want to get this off my chest sort of inspirations? Anybody? Terry or anybody? I know Terry. And I want to call on Terry one more time.
I just wanted to mention that I facilitated a support group for 7 years locally in my town. And I also do that. Now I do it online for whoever is interested. And it's tomorrow for breast cancer survivors.
Nice.
So,
very cool. Thank you for saying
coming
that.
Up tomorrow.
Yes. Awesome. So we will put that in the link so people can find coaching, personal coaching when they come to you, Terry, and also group support.
Yes.
You will also find that access. That's perfect. What can people find when they come to you, ladies? Laura, Ann, Stacy, Alex, Heather. Let's hear what magic you will find on your website.
Yes. Well, I'm a Reiki master and I can do long distance healing, and it has been evolving into where I'm actually kind of feeling more physical medical things too. So I'm happy to talk with someone on that. I am an astrologer, work with human design, and can give you more maps for living the sweet life. Let you see those road signs on that. And so I look forward to that.
I love it. Who's next? Heather or go ahead.
Happy to go. So you will find my new website. So she's in her baby infancy, which is fantastic. I love to see the growth happening. Just come and find me on Instagram or like Facebook. Like that's the most realist place that I exist in the world because I'm out there living my best life. And I don't have time for all of the back end stuff. However, I am launching a podcast. I haven't spoken about it much publicly, but she will be live in June 16th. Nice. And it dawned on me on this call, and this is apropos of nothing. Today is the day that I was diagnosed with stage 4 incurable lung cancer 7 years ago. And I was just like, what better way to like mark that momentous occasion than being here? A, I'm here. B, to be where I'm at in my journey. You know, like that first year, I didn't think I was going to make it. I got rid of all my stuff. You know, I stopped doing all of the things. I stopped living. And here I am today. I am engaged. I moved to a new state. I am the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I wake up every day and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I think this is the best damn day I'm going to have. And like,
nice. Oh my gosh, such a big celebration, and what magic. I'm so glad that this aligns like this. Wow. And are you're cancer free right now, right?
No, I have a genetic mutation of lung cancer. It's similar, I guess, in theory to like genetic breast cancer. It's just in my body. It's managed right now. It hasn't always been managed. When I had disease progression the first time, not the second time, I've done it twice now. If you want to talk about a moment like of transformation, I wound up having 5 seizures because the metastases in my brain weren't in check. I woke up in a hospital bed, and the first thought when I was fully coherent, not totally doped up on all of the drugs they were giving me to stop the seizures, I could hear my aunt in my head saying, and she had passed from complications from having 2 different cancers. I heard, "You were not doing this right. You were not living your life right. You were not doing cancer life right." And that was the day that I started to change everything. So, I mean,
Wow.
you want to talk about like higher visions and like wisdom and inner wisdom. I'm too stubborn to listen to the universe. So the universe had to send me a big message in the form of, 5 seizures and cracking my head open on a concrete patio. So,
Wow. What a story. Holy moly. Thank you for sharing that. And I love that you're rocking your life with mindset
yeah,
and really joyfully living. And
yeah,
like what I'm hearing is that actually, even though there might be cells around, that you're okay and you're thriving and everything is good at the moment, right? And
yeah. And
and
well,
you it stays that way.
yeah, relatively speaking. I mean, I just went through brain radiation for the first time. It won't be my last time. But to me, it's like I live in conjunction with my cancer. Like we are a team. We're working together. It's not going to hold me back from living the life that I want to lead.
And I love that there are so many opportunities now, and like our mind is so magical. I love that you're on that path already. I know that so much can be done. There are people out there where people told them it's incurable, and it doesn't have to be. So don't even believe that. Like you can actually, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like I think of incurable as a word, like doctor speak word,
Yes,
not a
exactly.
lived experience word. For me, my
Yep.
cancer happened to me. It was a gift. I wouldn't be where I am today,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
Like I am quite happily coexisting with my cancer. Whatever it decides to do, it's okay. We are at peace. So
I love that. Super
yeah.
powerful. Oh, whoa. Magic. I can't wait to hear the comments. Everybody, whatever comes up for you. What was I saying before that? You totally got me off the track. Oh yeah, what everybody has. No, it's great. What everybody has on the website. Let's round it off with that. What people can expect when they come to you. Alex, yes.
I just want to jump in just because what's really coming up for me in the reflections is the power and the importance of our spiritual journey. And I think that's what my first health crises was for me when I was in my late 20s. And so I feel really blessed. Like Heather was saying, that was my gift. Like by the age of 30, I was really deep into my meditation, my yoga, no sugar, no wheat. And now at 52, well, yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, so 53 tomorrow. But yeah, I feel healthier than ever. I really feel like I'm, on that journey of mastering my self-care, and it is no longer negotiable. Like my morning practice is
Yeah.
in my schedule. But what I'm excited to share is also, like Laura Ann was saying, is just that intuitive side of us, like to be really okay with sharing that. And so my offerings, just as I'm morphing, my business morphs with me. So right now I'm really interested in sharing more of my shamanic work. So, if people are interested in seeking their animal totem, that I would love to do. And then also my interiors are really deepening into more of a spiritual side. So they've got the feng shui and the intuitive work tuned in. So I love to help people to shift their space, to really realign to where their dreams are and where they want to go. It's like a living vision board. So yes, excited
Ooh,
about it.
juicy living vision board. It's so exciting. Thank you, Alex. Stacy, what can people find when they come to your website of magic?
Yeah, so when they come to my website, you can find out about one-on-one consultations, even doing group sessions, because I do think the community is important. We all feed off of each other, no pun intended, maybe intended. And also find me on Instagram. I post recipes and ways to help you through treatment and after treatment. There is help out there, and you shouldn't do it alone. And what got me into this is people going on the internet and finding the craziness and things. So yeah, finding the reliable, factual information to help
Nice.
you get through.
Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to share one more time. Irina, also her website, she had to pop off. If you were interested in gut health, I believe she does coaching. I check out her website. And then more about me. This will be my website. If you're curious about support through your cancer journey, or you want to collaborate in bigger ways, I have lots of synergistic things that I always look to create. Like this is one example. Then if you're a wellness entrepreneur, I want to mention one more time our Wellness Entrepreneur Connection. If you resonate with us and want to grow your business, your online health and wellness business with your own unique offers, not just MLM, but your own special wellness offers, and you want to network, collaborate. I love giving people spotlight, as you see here. We have 2 calls each month, and we have a community where you can always post your offers. You can find co-promotion partners. That way you can get less busy, have more quality in your life, and build your business with relationship marketing, basically awesome connections, feeling good and feeling fully supported with soulful calls during the month as well. So that's what I got today. I'm going to stop the live here. I'm going to close it with the cool video that I got so excited to make at first. And everybody here can stay on because we're going to have another chat to close it out, to celebrate. So everybody watching, thank you so much for watching. Do let us know what came up. We will respond to all the comments, tag anybody. Bye, everyone. Okay.